Hi, welcome from ABI Foundation. We are creating this video again to help those who are interested to leverage any resource to help them prepare for the UK driving theory test. So one of the important component is the recognizing the different traffic signs that are there. So if we look at the logical way of going forward to our learning to this is there are three types of signage. So the first one is signs which are basically giving orders. Now, if these signs are within red circles, they are the most prohibitive. Okay, so you have to comply. It's mandatory. So if you look at the common one that we all have seen frequently is the maximum speed one. So this is a red circle. So circular means it is prohibitory and and it is red. And within 40, if it is there, that's indicating the within that circle, the value is indicating the maximum speed. There is something on a minimum speed also, but then that will be a blue circle. Here is basically saying that you cannot exceed a speed of 40. So this is an important sign. You need to know this. Another sign is this speed limit of 30. This applies to there are different zones in which you can we have speed limits. So the normal residential areas, also known as the areas with the built up, where so in there the speed limits is usually 20, and if there are street lights and then it is the speed limits is 30. And then coming to this, which is called a national speed limit applies. Now national speed limit um, for motorways are is basically for a car it is 70, and if it is a if you're driving the car in a carriageway, then it is also 70. Now carriageway essentially means roads. So there are two things. One is one word is carriageway, another is lane. So carriageway is essentially a road, and lane is the one which are there marked in the road for your driving. So the speed limit, national speed limit for car in motorways is 70. For dual carriageways, it is 70, and for single carriageway, it is um, 60. Excuse me. Now, if you are towing something, then if you have a trailer, then that speed is basically 10 less. So if it is so if you are towing something, then the speed limit will be and in a motorway will be 60, and then in a dual carriageway it will be 60, and in a single carriageway it will be 50. And anything below 50, yeah, it's the same for all. Okay, so this is an important sign. Now going to the next sign. This is the stop sign, which you must have all seen. This is you give way to traffic, and the stop. This one is no motor vehicle, no buses, no entry for vehicular traffic, no overtaking. And if you use a red circle with nothing in it, means no vehicles except bicycles being pushed. This is the important slide. Please have a look at it. Have a look at this slide also. So this one is pretty common, and give way to oncoming vehicles. The black arrow is larger. This one is no vehicles carrying explosives. And these are about turns that are prohibited. Again, anything which is in red circle, those are orders, and red circles are the most prohibitive ones. So it's first of all you need to know the shape of the signage, then you need to know the color and then the information. So if it is the shape is circular, it means it is giving order. If it is red, it is prohibitory. Again, very important two signs. No waiting. So if you can uh, drop someone or you can pick up someone, but you cannot wait. And this is more restrictive. No stopping. So clear way is a road where there is the sizes are usually small and it's have more traffic, so it is mandated that you are not stopping here. No stopping. Okay, let's go to next slide. So again, this circle is if it is a blue, then it is instruction. It is you still need to follow it, and but then this is not a prohibitory thing. This is an information. So this one is often asked in your mock tests. What is the sign of a mini roundabout? People get confused with minimum speed and maximum speed. So maximum speed is if it is a red circle and the number, but if it is blue, it's the minimum and then end of minimum. This arrow is also a bit confusing for some. So here you are saying vehicle may pass through either side. Okay. And the difference between these two, one is turn left. This is turn left ahead. Feel free to rewind the signs and have a look on your own. Please look at the signs. Now, so I told that it's the shape, then the color, and then the information. So if the shape is triangular, it generally is a warning. Dual carriageway. That means we have two roads. Now it is becoming to a single road. Road narrows. Road narrows on both sides. Give way. There is a crossroad ahead. There is a T junction. There is a staggered junction. There is a traffic which is merging from left. There is a double bend. Few of these signs may not come in your written test, but when you are taking the hazard perception test, you will see a lot of them, and based on that, you should get a clue that okay, some hazard is likely to be there. So that's one more reason why you should pay more attention and you should be very familiar with the signs, because at the end when you are driving on the road, these signs are for you, and if you are aware of it, you will be able to plan well ahead and ride well, be safe, and ensure that others are also not impacted by your actions. This one is ice. This one, if you have humps ahead, if there are two humps, basically it's uneven road. There is a book which is available just for the signage. It is called Know Your Traffic Signs. It is the Department for Transport has it. I think it's hardly £4 or £5. You can also purchase that. It's a good handy book. Two books I highly recommend. One is the official highway code, from which I have extracted these traffic signage, and also another book on traffic signs. So both of these will cost you, I think, £4 and £5 each. So please go for that. Is authoritative one. So this one is a hidden dip. Definitely, in most cases, in one of the hazard clips, you will see these. You will also see zebra crossings. So whatever you are seeing here, it you need to be very clear on this one also. There is a sharp deviation of the route depending on direction. This one is to the left. You may have it on right. So okay. Again, this one is also a very common and an important one. Quayside or riverbank. If you have hump bridge, if you have a ford. Now, what a ford is basically, if there is low level water and there's a chance that when you pass over through the vehicle, your tires and brakes will get wet, but it is just still safe to cross through. So those items are called ford. You can also Google it up. That's these questions related to these, that if you have crossed a ford and if your brakes get wet, then what should you do? You should go at a slower speed and act, and so that your brakes, and apply your brakes gently, so that the water part is effect gets gradually reduced. Similarly, there is if there are no traffic signs, then who will get priority? No one gets. Everyone has equal priority. If you have, so these ones which is a steep downhill, and if there is a level crossing, then how do you react? Level crossing without barrier, level crossings. So yeah, be very familiar with this signs. Please feel free to revert and watch the video. And these are direction signs. This is the start of there's a motorway which is there, those information. And then if it is a primary route, it is in green. This one is also important. It is about ring road. These are also important, which are emergency diversion related. These are yellow, and then symbols. Um, Brown ones are generally for tourist information signs. This HA&A is hospital ahead with accident and emergency facilities. This one is there is no through road for vehicles. Here you have the priority. You recall we had seen one earlier where the down arrow was larger, so where the incoming where the oncoming vehicles had the priority, but here you have priority, but it obviously you have to be careful. And then so this is a controlled end of controlled parking zone. So the parking restrictions which are there ends. This one is end of motorway, and it's the start of motorway. If you there are exit on the motorway, then this tells how many yards it is there. So it is 300 yards each is the marking. So this 300 yards, then 200 yards. Now you have 100 yards. These you will see often in motorways. These are areas which tells you that camera is enforced or to measure your speed. Okay, so just go through each of them. If there is any road work, you need to be careful. And these say two lanes are closed. You need to, there is a slow moving vehicle on which this will be there. You need to take the left side of this. And here again in three lanes, one lane is closed. So yeah, these are pretty much what we wanted to convey. So in this lesson, we basically covered the road signs. So there are three things. One, first is the shape of the sign, which are primarily circular, triangular, or squares, rectangulars. So depending, first is the shape, then comes the color. So based if it is red, it is the prohibitory. If it is blue, it is basically instruction wise. It gives you that, okay, some instructions you have to follow. So just go through the slides, and good luck in preparing, and you can use a variety of resources for this. Thank you. Hope you find it concise and useful. Have a good day.